abusing my little girl. That time she was 2 years plus.
Who is him?
The father of my children. I saw him fingering her. So while I speak to the mother, he flogged me from the back. Everybody was against me. Several times I'm betting this child under her private part will be reddish and to be paining her. My son came and bite him from the back so that he will leave me. He fling him out of the place. And that first daughter ran down naked. She was betting she has to run down naked, calling neighbors. Nobody is believing what I'm saying because they are saying that they don't live with me. So they don't know if I'm lying. And some female police were flogging me with cane that the way I am making my statement, if I don't stop it, that he will go to jail. See, 1 or 2 persons' child will come and cross and beat them. And when they react, their mother will come with double insult.
Yes, you said that they will start insulting them, that their father was molesting them.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ivy Coco, and you're working with Ivy Coco. With the ongoing case concerning Ochanya, I decided to tell my stories that I face, stories that I see at work. I am a social worker and a community development specialist. I work in the communities. I come across cases, worse cases than that of Ochanya. Today, I'm bringing to you a story about my client, Christina. Christina has agreed to tell her story by herself. Christina has been failed by the people who are supposed to protect her, by her family, by the community, by her neighbors, and even the law. Christina has 3 daughters, and all 3 have at some point been defiled by their own father who is supposed to protect them, their own father who is supposed to guide them, their own father who is supposed to nurture them. But at some point, he defiled them. And when this matter was reported to the authorities, they tried to shut her up. Both families tried to shut her up. The community tried to shut her up. But Christina refused to be silenced. Hello, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Please tell us about yourself.
My name is Christiana Silvanos. I'm from Imo State, in Visayas and Ogun.
Okay. What happened to you and your children? When did it start?
Actually, it started in the year 2012. The first time I caught him abusing my little girl, that time she was 2 years plus.
Who is him?
The father of my children. I asked him, what are you doing with that child? And he said, can't he play with his child? And at the art I saw him fingering her. So I had to run to the mother and said, Mommy, please come and see what I saw your son doing to my daughter. So I explained to her what I saw. While I was speaking to her, I never knew that he had run to the kitchen and got a cutlass. So while I speak to the mother, he flogged me from the back.
Who flogged you from the back?
My children's father.
Okay.
I ran to the mother pushed me back to him. So he was flogging me and I had nobody to help me. But when the neighbors heard my voice, they gathered and tried to take the cutlass away from him. And they asked him what's the cause of the beat. And I explained to them, and I told them that as I was washing outside, so he took the child away from me. And then while I was washing, I forgot a particular clothes I wanted to wash, but I now said, let me go in and take it. So, to my surprise, as I went into the room, I saw him using his finger to finger that little child, and
How old?
2 years plus.
Okay.
It shocked me because at that morning we had sex. What could have brought him to that stage? So my heart was broken. He denied the act. Everybody was against me. Are you mad? What are you saying? This is an abomination. I said I was not mad. I was sure of what I was saying. Then I told them that several times I'm betting this child under her private part will be reddish and she will penny her. That this is what is causing it. And one woman in their midst said she's a nurse.
Okay.
That she can assure me it will be napkin rash. I should not assume that. I said, if I internalize, they should take that child and go for checkup immediately. So he now took that girl out of the midst of everybody at that moment and said that he has the doctor that he wants to go and meet for checkup. He never returned till midnight when everybody has slept. And while he returned, he was just raised his voice saying, the doctor said nothing was wrong with the child.
Did he bring back any report, any written statement, any written report?
Nothing like that. The women now had a meeting and called me and said, any more of that word from my mouth, they returned me to my father's house. So I called my twin brother and then he invited him. He came and he asked the children's father some questions. He denied everything. So he now called me aside and said, this issue, am I sure? I said, yes. Then he said, who did all this to me? I said, he's the one. My twin brother asked him that he has never one day called him and then, okay, now ask him, why this beat? Why did he go that way, plugging me cutlass? He said, because I was insulting him. And then my twin brother said, if I was insulting him, the right thing for him to do is to call him and invite him and report me to him and then he talk to him. But he has never did. Rather, he took the action by beating me. That doesn't mean that what I'm saying is true. He said, he said. So my twin brother said, okay, now that nobody is believing me, I should keep quiet. Observe again.
Okay. So it happened again.
I heard what he told me. At that moment, because I knew what I saw, I was now under fear. So I called out my daughter and I instructed her that anybody that plays with your body, your breast, touches at your private parts, scream, whosoever it is, and then report. So I have never experienced it again for me. And each time he comes close to play with her, she scares him away, and they are never in agreement.
That is your first daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
So it now came to the second child.
Okay, so you have 3 daughters and
Yes.
a boy. So this is what he did to the first daughter. So I know then you also talked about your second daughter. So what did he do to that one and how did you find out?
That issue of her second girl was the particular day he came and asked the daughter, my senior daughter, to bathe them while I do washing at the back. So while I was doing the washing and the first daughter came and said, her father instructed her not to bathe the second girl. So I said, okay, go and bathe your brother, then I'll come and find out why he didn't want you to bathe her. Only for me to leave the clothes I was washing there. Going in, I wanted to find out because he's the kind of person that I am afraid of him.
Okay, you're scared of him.
I'm afraid of him.
Okay.
Because he beats me a lot, even when I don't do anything. So I'm afraid, avoiding that will bring beat. So I said, okay, let me find out from him what is his reason why he doesn't want her to beat her. And I opened the door because in the room we have room divider.
Okay.
I had to roll the curtain away. I saw him full naked. And at the same time, with this girl too, naked.
The girl, he was stark naked, and your daughter was also stark naked.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I saw him using his hand, not his body. So, because it was not what I was expecting, I had to scream. So, what is going on here? He had to jump out from the bed and began to beat me. My first daughter that was in the bathroom has to run downstairs. My son came and bite him from the back so that he would leave me. He fling him out of the place. And that first daughter ran down naked. She was betting she has to run down naked, calling neighbors. So when neighbors came, as they came to rescue me, he disappeared now.
Naked. Or he had done something.
Yeah, as he saw that guy wearing that, I quickly, because when my son came to bite him, he didn't give me away and then pick up his boxers. And he disappeared. We never knew where he hid. So they took me to the police station and they reported the case. So
To the police.
when we got there now, they came for him, they didn't see him. He didn't return home for some days. So those family now registered the case and said each time they see him, they should pick him. And then when he was arrested, he denied it. So they began to call his family members, call my own. Everybody was like, they are not aware of this. So the police said that it's not in their position to separate husband and wife.
The police said it's not in their position to separate husband and wife, but it is.
That if I don't want a relationship, instead of spoiling his name, I should leave him.
Instead of spoiling his name, you should leave him.
Yeah, because he was denying the issue.
Okay.
And when they called the children outside and asked them questions, they would say what I was saying. He said no, that I was not coaching them. So I had to pray to God to expose him.
Expose him. Why didn't you leave at this point?
Living with the children to my father's house is not the solution. Because one, this person is somebody that is a violent person. And if I live with the children to my place, because there was so many times I have left, he came claiming that since I don't want to continue, that he wants the children. Do you understand?
Yes.
And my family advised me, leave him with the children. But deep in my heart, I know that the children are not safe. So instead of me leaving him with the children, I go with them.
So I will say that you did not leave because you didn't have the family support to leave.
Yes, nobody is believing what I'm saying because they are saying that they don't live with me. So they don't know if I'm lying. That's what they keep telling me. But if I'm sure what I'm saying, I should give him the children and return back. But I can't do that because the children are not safe. If it's another case, it will be easier, but it's matter. I cannot do that. So they decided to say, okay, since I want to suffer and they remain with the children, I should go ahead. So I began to pray for God to expose him where I could have evidence. And whereby people that are not in my family too can also see it and then defend it, because it will look as if I am coaching the children or we are lying against him. And I never knew that there is a team that can conduct tests and give me a report of what I'm saying as an evidence, until he did the last one he did to the last girl. And
To your last daughter, at what age did he?
He's always doing it at the age of 2.
At the age of
The other
2.
one was at the age of 9 months. So
your second daughter was at the age of 9 months, or your last
child,
daughter was at the age of 9 months. That was where I met you, right? after that one. Okay, please go on.
So I wasn't in the house that very day, so he instructed them to lie down and sleep, but they pretended as if they were sleeping.
Okay.
So they explained that he shut the windows.
On the 9-month-old girl now.
Then, and my son and my first daughter said they pretended as if they closed their eyes. Then he removed his clothes, then put the little girl down. Then I began to finger. Then they now spoke out to him that they would tell their mommy. They began to beat them. Although he didn't answer them at the first, they said when he was done, he now opened the curtain and began to slap them anyhow, that anyone that talks, he will kill the person. But as I returned now, I met them crying. So while I came in, I left the house. I was like, why are you people crying? That's when they burst out and said, this is what they saw him. I said, how? He said he instructed them to sleep and he locked the house, closed the window. And they pretended as if they were sleeping. And he removed his clothes, removed the little child's clothes, and lay her on the other bed. He began to put his head below that carpet.
Oh, sorry, Christina. He did not just finger her. He also put his mouth down her private part.
That's what the children said.
Okay.
So at that point, I had to run away with the children out of the house. I ran away, and then I decided not to be coming to the house to sleep with them.
Where did you run with the children to?
I ran to one of my church members' place. And then, so I accommodated us for that night. Then from her place, I go to my business place, and each time night is drawing closer, I'll be wondering how I will cope with them, because I was no longer concentrating my business.
What business were you doing?
I make
Okay.
and most times too, the children will tell me, Mommy, that they're not comfortable staying around me in this shop. Like, could I take them to a place where they will not be seeing their father again? It continues, but there's nothing I can do. So he noticed that we are not coming back to the house. So he came to the shop, was not threatening me. In fact, he came and he was shouting that I have been sleeping around. You have not seen me for some days now. I've not been coming home. That it's like I've gotten another family I'm living with, that another man is taking care of me. You know, we're just trying to create bad
Gaslighting you.
So this afternoon he came, he raised his hand, wanted to slap me. I was trying to find out where we are sleeping. And because I said I fear him, I don't challenge him when he's talking. So I will allow him to say what he wants to say and do what he instructs him to do. But that day, I told him I'm not coming to the house. So he raised his hand, wanted to slap me. My landlady down, screamed at him and said, hey, stop it. What has she done? You want to slap her in my presence? He began to tell her, I've been sleeping around, I've not been coming home. You ask me where have I been? Because I never told my landlady anything at that time. My landlady instructed him that anytime you come to this shop again and beat him, that she will call boys to beat him. So that particular day, he refused going. He stayed in my shop. So there was one of my customers that came around. So she used eyes and speak to me. She said I should follow her to her house. So her house was opposite my shop. When I now went into the house, she now asked me, why have you not been sleeping in your house? I told her, Ma, there is too much problem that it's better for me to hang around than to sleep in my office. She said, can I open up to her? And I told her what I've been passing through. So she now called her sister, who's a social worker, immediately. And as she came, the sister called the children apart and spoke with them. I never knew what she'd ask them because I wasn't there. So when she came back, she said that first thing tomorrow morning, I should go to Doctors Without Borders at Garrison. I told her I don't know the place.
Sorry. Before all this, where were you? Did you transition from from one place to the other? Where were you? Was this happening all in Port Harcourt?
It was not happening. It didn't start in Port Harcourt. We traveled to the village the first time I saw. We now returned back to Delta State, from Delta State.
And you ran to Port Harcourt and he chased you back to Port Harcourt?
Yes, I left worried because of it and came to
Port Harcourt.
It still
continued.
Okay,
so you went to Doctors Without Borders. What happened?
As I went to them, they said that they will have to do test examination on the children, and then they called the children and interviewed them. As they interviewed them, I was not there. So all they're saying, I don't know what they're saying. Until the results now came out. And they called me to their office and said they discovered that the 2 girls were broken. My heart broke because I could not believe it. It was as if...
Okay, would you want some water to drink?
I don't need anything.
Okay, please continue.
When the doctor gave me the medical report, which is with me, I felt like dying immediately. I felt like fainting because I was like, all my labor. I was like, seeing if he has failed me as a husband, I believe my children will not fail me. So I put my best to make sure I bring them up in a different way. But seeing that it is their own father that is the one that being the one causing pains to these children. I said, if not that the doctors, there was this thing they used in checking them. Like, I don't know, they have light something. If not that they did it, and then I saw the process they followed. And I will assume maybe they did that and they were not sure. So at that moment, I signed to die or I live to end it. I now signed to die. So I can't be alive watching him do this anymore. He was now calling me from there, finding out to know where we are. I never disclosed it to him. So when I got that report from them, I said, this is my evidence. So what I did was I called his mother. I called his junior brother. I said, I've been raising alarm and the people said I'm mad. I'm foolish. I don't know what I'm saying. But I has got to a point that the truth is exposed. And I'm coming to the village to show the elders, because my parents are late, the report, the medical report of what they discovered that the students father did today. The mother said I should not try and come to the village. But if I dare, I'll not go back alive. I called my own people. What they responded was, am I sure what I'm saying? But they've not heard this kind of thing before. That I should leave the children for him and come back home. That's when they can listen to me.
That's what your people said.
And I told them that I will not do that. They said, okay. Since I've decided to die in that marriage, I should die there, that I shouldn't involve them. And I told them that I want to hand it over to human rights. Let them come for the justice of the children. If not, that I decide to die or I leave and end it. They said, why would I bother doing that? Because his own family will not let me go scot-free.
If you report the case to the authorities.
That I should just leave the children for him and come back. So when I went to the Doctor Without Border with the medical report, they decided to follow me up. They began to call me to know, have I make any plan of relocating?
As Doctors Without Borders?
Yes.
At Garrison?
Yes. I told them I don't have any money at that point. So I decided to went to FIDA, and I went to FIDA to seek if there is a way they can come and rescue the children. They said that they will serve in paper. And they asked me to pay some money, and I did. So while I was hiding, I would not go to the house. I never knew that he had sold all our properties. I never knew. So it was when the FIDA man got to the place we are staying with, the address I gave him. He now called me and said he has been there. But the landlord said, we have moved back. I said, no, we must stay there. He said he has moved back. I now tell him to give the landlord food to give to me. The landlord now gave me the phone. I said that he disposed our belongings to our bookie people. I told them that I'll be married to another man. That he has relocated to his own town. So I told the man to drop the letter through the window. That when he comes back, he will see it. So a day later, and I invited my friend that let's go to the place and see if truly he's there or not. Putting there, everywhere was empty. He sold both spoon, plate, foam, nothing was remaining. Everything was taken away. And when I met the neighbors, they said, I said, what could you to come? He said they believed him. Because what he does is that he tries to buy the heart of people around him. So that was when I went back to Doctors Without Borders to explain everything to them. They said, okay, they will help me by calling Madam Nina and IB Coco. You guys invited me to your office to come. And when I came to office, people now said, this matter is beyond you, that you have to invite Ogadenis into it. And
that is the GBV coordinator.
Yes.
Gender-based violence, yes.
So he now came to my area and then meet the landlord gave us house, meet the people that gave us shop, and find out from the environment if what that is I'm saying is what is happening. They said yes. And I said, why didn't they put an end to it? They said they are not my family member, there's nothing they can do about it.
So this is what the community said to Mr. Dennis, that because they are not your family members, so they cannot interfere in your problem. But they knew what has been happening. Did they know?
They said they are aware.
That they are aware. Please continue.
So that was when we now went to the police. We make an entry. But police said, where is he at that moment? Said, we don't know where he is. He said, okay. That they cannot arrest someone that they not see. That he has to be a particular place, then they will come for him. That anytime we see him, we can call him. Okay. Then he now send our bookie people they came to my shop and beat me up. And they're dragging me.
How did you know?
It was when I got
Them.
that, I recognized their face, I got one arrested. And
One of the Aboki men arrested.
yes,
Okay.
they took him to police station and he's confessed that it was him that paid the money to kill me. But
To kill you?
Yes, but he could not. So the police said that my problem is my children's father, that they have to release him, that I should relocate out of that place. If not, if anything happens to me, if I call them, they will not come.
That was what the police told
Yes,
you.
but even Aboki people, they don't have rights to persecute them, that their brother is the one in charge on the seat. So I was now under fear.
So he said they cannot prosecute Aboki because their brother is on the seat.
Yes. So that the safe part of it is for me to relocate and move away from there.
They didn't talk anything about handling the case.
And he now appear again. When he now appear, he was now apprehended by the youth.
The youth of the community?
Yes, because Oga Dennis came and then met the youth chairman.
Yes.
And instructed them that there's a case going on, and if I raise alarm, they should come to my help. So that day he came. He actually came to take the children, but the children was not with me in the shop. So he just tried to drag me, not knowing that the youths were all around. So I had to. Although the youths, immediately they saw him, they called the Oga Dennis. Oga Dennis and the human rights began to come close to our area. So when they saw him at the fort, they never wanted to take him away. They gave him the information that he was reported to the office. They need him to come and then answer some questions. And he should choose to come on his own or go with them at the moment. But instead of him to accept, he began to try to play smart by running away. So the youth began to beat him, and then they took him to police station by themselves. Getting there, he tried to convince the police, and the police were saying that I should shut up because I was saying the way things were happening. And some female police were flogging me with cane, that the way I am making my statement, if I don't stop it, that he will go to jail. I said, I signed to die or I leave.
Wait, I don't understand. Can I reiterate? You said some female police officers were flogging you.
Yes.
That the way you were making your statement, you should stop it. That you want to send the man to jail.
Yes.
My God.
So I told them I signed to die or I leave to end it. That there is nothing again I will go through that I have not gone through because of him.
Your earlobes are broken and torn.
He cut it.
How did he do that?
You know, the point at which I cut him, he dragged the earring I was wearing. That was busting it, he dragged it, and it didn't cut, so I was bleeding.
Okay, so now at the point when Mina and I and Dennis Otobo came in, and the case was from the police station, when did it finally go to the court?
And the youth took him to the police station.
Yes.
And we were making our statements. They were beating me to stop talking.
Who was beating you to
the
stop
police.
talking? The police were?
The police women who were taking my statement were flogging me with cane, that I should not say what I'm saying again.
Are you sure of this, that they were flogging you with cane?
I repeated, I said they were flogging me with cane. And I told them I am ready to die. That cane they're flogging me is nothing to me than putting an end to this. So they said they will not take my statement except I give them 20,000. And I told them that if I had that 20,000, I would have taken my kids and run away from Port Harcourt. and I don't have money. And I was not the one that brought him to station. Do you understand? So they now said, who brought? I said, it's the human rights. And I said, who is the human rights? And I called one of them. Yes. They now requested that if they did not give them money, they will not take my statement. So Ogo Otobo now told them to take my statement, that tomorrow he will come and pay them the money for the statement. That was when they now took my children's statement and my statement. Then, at that moment, I left them. I called his people. I called his mother. They were all saying that I'm accusing him. So something that happened. The next day I appeared to the police station. The DPO now asked me, what right do I have to go to Doctors Without Reports? Doctors Without Border to get the report, medical report, without coming to get paper from them first. That I should go back to them, let the doctor come and defend the report. If there was no broken, that they will not make use of the report.
That if there was no case of possible entry, then that they will not attend to it. Okay.
But if as he sent me to the doctor's office, I went to him, and the doctor said he has no right to explain anything on this certificate until a lawyer asked him to do so, or in court.
That's what the doctor said.
Yes. So from there now, I called one of the human rights, that this is how the police pushed me back to the medical doctor. It's not that the woman now said, okay, that I should go back to the police, that they are coming. Before I could get there, the DP has called me that, why did I call their headquarters? That the headquarters, their guy is saying that they should transfer him to state CID.
The case to state CID?
Yes. So when they got into state CID, he was still telling lies. He was still denying it. He sent us to go home. And at the first, when we appear in court, I mean in state CID, the other that saw us, the crowd that followed us said, who are these people? They told him a case of the firemen. They said, by who? He said, by their father. He said it's a lie.
Who said it's a lie? The Oga?
Their father.
Okay, their father said it's a lie.
So the Oga now decided to ask the list of the children. They said, what happened? We decided to explain how they saw him sitting on their sister. So he said, she's not telling lies, that he will go to jail. So the Oga instructed that they should sentence him to court, but they did not. They kept him there, began to negotiate with his family, and then called me after 3 days to come for interview. And I came there. When I met them, the people that called me, they said that the reason why they called me was to tell me that
Go on.
This case, why do I want to go to court? I said, because he's threatening that if he's out of this place, he's going to kill me. And moreover, my life and the life of my kids are not safe. So that I want us to go to court. Let him tell the court what is his mission over us. So they said, am I the one to teach them their work? That don't I know that he's the father of my children? That since I want him to go to court, that in less than 24 hours, they will release him and be from house, going to the court. So while I was left with shock. They sent me outside the first time. They began to call his family members. I didn't know what they were saying. So later they asked me to come in, and they said, in 24 hours, he will release. And if I see him, I should not make case with him that since I want us to go to court, we'll be going to court from the house. So the Oga that from the office now walked into the place immediately.
The Oga from the police office?
The state CID.
From the state
and now saw me there, and I asked them, why am I staying here? They said they've not seen his pal. He said the man said to them that they should find his pal and take him to court, that he wants him to go to court and be jailed. He said yes. So I left. The next day they called me, since I want to go to court, I should come. Go to court. They brought a lawyer who came and interviewed me, not knowing that she was trying to use it against me. And the lawyer was asking me if I want to pay off.
A lawyer asked you if you wanted payoff.
Yes. Is it true that he has a sister that is working in Chevron? I said, yes. He said, is it true that this court on my ear is in that did it for me? I did it to me. I said, yes. I said, I feel sorry for that, but what I think pay off would be good so that I move on with my life and then forget about the case. So I told her that I don't need pay off, that I want justice. She said, okay. The one when I get to the court, the magistrate was on seat, so she has not gone through the case file. This lawyer, when they called our case, the nurse student said she has something to say, and they asked her about who. She said, me. So the magistrate asked me, do I know her? I said, yes, based that she has spoken with me that morning. Not knowing what's in my mind. I now called up the case and said that I told her that this case that brought us here is not true. And for that she's asking for him to be released. Then the magistrate now called the
Didn't you have a lawyer?
At that point, I don't have a lawyer yet. That was the first time appearing in court. Okay. The magistrate now called the IPO that brought us and said, narrate what brought these people here. And in a summary, she just said what I told them. So the magistrate now checked and looked. There was no children's statement there. They did not bring it. She asked her, what about the children's statement? She said they did not take the children's statement. The magistrate said, send the children to my office. So she got up from my office and then sent the children to her office and then interviewed them. Because after she heard from the children, she now said they should take him back to state CID, take the children's statement and return back in a week's time for her to start the case. So the lawyer was not trying to ask for bail. She said, in this case, it's not issuing bail until she has gone through it properly. Going back to state CID, they took the children's statement, and we came back the other time, began the case. The magistrate said she will not release him until she has found out the truth. And all through we are going to the court. His lawyer will come with different lies. If you come today, she will say, I sent threats to her. I sent killers to her. And when she would send her magistrate would believe her. So at one point, I had to comfort her. I said, I don't know you. I don't even know your house. And at that moment, she was instructing that they should arrest me and then sign undertaking on her behalf. So the magistrate, when I comforted her that I don't know you, how would I send threats to you? And besides, I don't know your house. I don't know how your phone number. The magistrate asked her, who did you say threatening you? She said it was her colleagues. So the matter was touring and going up and down. But the magistrate that was handling this case, they refused to be biased. You know.
The woman.
Yes, but they delayed the matter. You know, when it comes to her hearing for his lawyer to interview me, she will not come. So they delayed it after a year. And before we resumed the next day, they've taken the case out of that woman's and taken to another magistrate court.
So all this while he was in the Port Harcourt prison?
Yes.
While the whole thing was going on?
Yes.
Okay. So they took the case off this magistrate and transferred it to another magistrate?
So, and all this while, I'll call for his family members. Nobody is responding. What they are telling me that if I don't withdraw the case, that they will kill me. If their son dies there, they will kill me. And I told them that, so I'm the one that is good to die. Why it's good to live? All this while I've been calling them, telling them about this matter. Why having them come into it? And they said that All they're telling me is that if I know how to take him to the court and the jail him, I should bring
To
him.
bring him out. So all this while, I remember that I want to ask, where were your family members? Because all the while during the case, it was Mina, I, and Otobo that were standing as a family. I never saw you talked about your twin brother, you talked about your elders. I never saw one person. Where were they? Why what happened?
The other time they said I don't have to take him to court.
That was what your family members said.
That I don't have to take him to court because one, that's what my elder brother told me, and then my elder sister, that taking him to court, if anything happens to him, his family will be against me. So now that the solution is to leave the children for him and come back. And I told them I won't do that. So they said I shouldn't involve them in the case. Since I want to do case, I am on my own.
Okay. So,
and the strength that make me go on, carry on is because the human rights supported me. Do you understand?
human rights.
Yes.
That is mankind.
Mankind.
Okay, okay.
They helped to see that the case was taken to court.
Yes.
If they have abandoned it with the police, I wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah, because I know that a couple of times I was threatened. Yes.
So, and they were the one empowering me. Most times to court, they will give me transport and wait for me there and escort me to the court and make sure that I am safe going home. They were the ones strengthening me to move on with the case, because if they have not stood by me, the case will have been swept behind. And as they asked me what I want, I said I want justice. They said, okay, with the way the matter is, he's going to go to jail. How can I cope with these children? I told them that whatever that will come after it, I am ready, because on set, I've been the one taking care of them. But that was not my strength. My strength was that the case came to them. They had to make sure that it did not end the police, because for police alone, they would have released him long ago and would have caused more harm.
Okay, so that's what Support for Mankind did.
Yes.
How long did he spend in the correctional facility awaiting trial?
He was there a year and 6 months because of how his lawyer was. Each time we appear in court, we bring up another matter instead of facing the one that brought us.
So was justice served?
Yeah, it was not served because they ended up bringing his age grade into this matter.
Who brought them into the matter? From where did they come from?
I did not know. I just saw them in court, and the lawyer introduced them.
Which lawyer? Whose lawyer?
His own lawyer, my children's father's lawyer, introduced them to the magistrates, and they began to appeal that they want to take the matter to the court and to the village.
And this is the new magistrate after it has been taken away from
it was transferred from the other magistrate to another one. So now she was not requesting for him to be bailed. That's the magistrate. Since he has been there for a while, they need to bail him so that will continue while he comes from the house. So, but I insisted that I don't know those age groups. I don't know who they are. And they said they are his village age group. So they now, and I told, okay, the only person I recognize is his brother, blood brother. And ever since this case started, they've not appeared, but they have been spoken to the lawyer, but not to me, not to the children. So I wouldn't accept them going to the village, because the time I begged them, let us settle it in the village, they refused. So they now had to go through meeting my king in my own village.
Sorry, before we continue with the age grade and the Umuna stepping in, were the evidences of the Doctors Without Borders, were they presented in court?
Yes.
And what was the outcome after the evidences were presented?
As it was presented, they never read it. I was saying,
Was it with the old magistrate or the new
the
magistrate?
new magistrate.
Was where the evidence is showing that the children were forcefully entered was shown.
That woman interviewed the children and heard from them.
Okay, and made a
So
statement.
her statement, the report she got from the children, or what she was using to follow up, because I was giving out my information to them.
Okay.
When his own lawyer was supposed to, after I finished giving my information, was supposed to now examine me, she did not show up. That was when she was not bringing the issue up. I was threatening her. I was sending threats, and demanding that I should be arrested and take undertaking for her sake.
Okay, so that's fine. So when the Umunna and his age grade came into the matter, and they were pleading, what happened next?
So they went to my king, and my king invited me to the village. And I don't know him in person because the longer I left the village. So he told me that before he sent for me, that he has made research and find out that this accused was done by him.
Okay, the king said he had done his findings, and it was concluded that the father of your children did what they said he did.
Abused the children.
Okay.
So he was now begging me that the way he wants it, let the matter be withdrawn from court. Let him do their village cleansing.
Did you agree that the matter be withdrawn from the court?
I disagreed, but he was pleading. So my twin brother now advised me that since our king is now into this matter, I should respect him and allow him to come into this matter, so that both him that is accused or in prison will be alive, while me too, I will be alive, but not together again. Because the king was advising that his mission of bringing him was after he's done the cleansing, he will be released from the prison so that he will have freedom to move about
and continue whatever he was doing.
No, but he advised me not to live with him again, but she said he wants to achieve that he is safe.
Are they aware that he could be a threat to you and the children, because he will always look for you and the children wherever you are? Did they take that into cognizance?
Looking at that aspect, they were all trying to be biased, because when we went for the judgment totally, he has not accepted even in their presence, but he performed the cleansing. And the day he was doing that, I asked them a question. As they accepted, they said, I am being too stubborn that for him to buy all those things, it means he has accepted.
So your twin brother